Welcome to Bolton Airgun Society. I think we might have to edit that. Today, one of our first reviews, the reviews that I talked about, is the Amalie AR20 FT. I'll just give you a little close up on it. Now, you'll have heard most people talk about them. Very few people who've actually fired them actually talk about them. So, we're going to get it. What it's like to shoot from our membership secretary, Dave, known as Dave the Sheep on our website. So, Dave. A lot of people talk about these, but most of them don't really know what they're talking about because they haven't fired them. Give us your layman's opinion.
I spotted it back in 2010. I think it was Midland Game Fair. I think they had one on show though. I didn't think it had actually been released. You could pre-order them, and I thought it stood out to look quite unusual. And I had a feel of it, could all have a hold of it. And it was quite weighty, and for the type of shooting that we do from here, where a lot of it is from bench or rest position, I thought it was sort of the ideal gun. And I call it, when people ask, when I let them have a go in the club, I call it my poor man's Steyr. I think it's very close to a Steyr, but probably a third of the cost.
Yeah, because you have fired both at the club, so you know what the feel is like and the weight is like. A lot of people talk about this plastic bit at the end here. Is that robust enough?
Well, I'll be honest with you. When I got it, I liked it. But once I started to shoot with it, I wasn't that keen at first because it felt plastic. It felt, well, it is plastic basically.
Yeah.
And it felt it was cheap, and one of the other reasons that I bought it was that I'm right-handed, but I'm sort of have been pointed out by people at the club. I'm left eye dominant.
Right.
So what I tried to do was try to shoot it left-handed, set it up left-handed. I couldn't get used to it, so I put it back to being right-handed and then trying to get used to using my right eye.
Yeah.
And it took, I'd say, 3-4 weeks to sort of get the spacers right, get the ampsters right. Now the spacers, they come with different bolts, so you can, obviously the more spacers you put on the longer bolt you need, the less spacers, the less of a bolt. It took a couple of weeks to get, obviously 3-4 weeks to get the cheek piece right. Once I got it right, I was happy to an extent.
Yeah.
I was getting frustrated with the gun. I didn't know why, because I liked how it was. It's a heavy, sturdy gun, quite accurate. Well, not quite, it's very accurate. But I just wasn't happy with it.
Yeah.
And when I bought it, because I bought it from Redbeck in Wakefield, because they were offering the best deal. I think the prices are still the same. I went up there. They set up the gun for me. I spent a good couple of hours there. The guys were brilliant there, can't fault the service.
Yeah.
Then I go off Redbeck. They set it up, everything. And I didn't know what it was. And the only thing that I could think what it was somebody said to me is to try a different scope on it. Because the one that came with the package was a Walther 8 3256.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
No, we'll carry on. We'll ignore that.
With mil dots. So I ended up getting an Artita.
Yeah.
FT.
Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
I ended up getting an Artita FT scope. And since I put that on and used that, I actually love it.
Yeah. I mean, let's just scan on the scope while you're talking about that, because I mean that is a nice looking scope. Nice long FT looking scope. What's that? 8 to 32 by 60.
Yeah, and it's got the FT reticle, so it's all the little lines down the bottom and not the mill dots. So to be honest, I don't need to use me turrets to range find. I know roughly where I need to be with us being zeroed in at 30 metres. I know where I need to be on my scope at the 40 metre, the 75 metre, and even down to the 90 metre. I don't have to touch any of me.
What do you think of the trigger on this? It's an unusual looking trigger.
Yeah, the trigger. I haven't touched it because it was perfect for me. But you can move the trigger further forward or even further back. You've only it's a little Allen key there. Just slides forward, slides back. There's even a little bit of play in it. So if you want the trigger to come a little bit in or a little further the other way, you've got that flexibility for it to move. The trigger is extremely light, and again,
is the stages?
There is. You can adjust it. Yeah. But I again, because I had the guy set it up for me at Redback, it was perfect, and I've not needed to touch. And to be honest, I'm not really a bit of a fiddler with gadgets unless I have somebody else do it.
Did it come with the Picatinny type rail?
Yeah, it came with the Picatinny rail.
I do like that.
The thing is, I like to say, is since surprisingly changing the scope has made a whole lot of difference. And what I would tell people is, if they were thinking of getting one, is if they've got a scope that they love using, buy the AR20 without the package, without the scope.
Yeah, and get your own scope.
And get your own scope, because I don't think you've got a field target gun with, to me, a hunter's scope on it, and not an FT scope. Don't get me wrong, the scope's nice, but didn't fit for what I wanted.
This is more suitable for that.
Yeah.
And you are hitting targets out to 85 and 90 metres, aren't you, with this gun?
Oh yeah, I can. You mean there's a couple of guys who've got styles at you, and one of them's he's a really good shooter, and there's many times we'll sit next to each other and we'll pick a target, just messing about, knocking ups and knockdowns, or certain things further afield, and between the two of us we're pellet on pellet.
Yeah.
There's very little difference I can say between the two, apart from obviously the brands.
Yeah. And I think this is what people want to know, really, because again, I've seen it in the targets a long way out, targets that I'm not hitting with my guns. So I mean, it shows its field target capability.
Oh yeah, on Sunday we're shooting one of the guys down at the 90 metre, and again it's down at the 90 metre, there's quite a bit of wind down there, but I can go toe to toe to any of them, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a good shot, or I'm not saying that I'm a bad shot, but what I'm saying is anybody who has a go at it will be able to do exactly the same as the higher range. And I'll keep mentioning the Steyrs, but even if you've got a Arams EV2, you know what I mean, they're just as good, they're regulated. With this you can get up to 300 bar. I've been asked a couple of times what's my pellet count on it, and I've been honest, it's rare because I use the air from the club, and unless you're on at the right time of having a new bottle, it's very rare you can get 300 bar. And even though when we get our bottles filled, obviously because of the pressure and whatever, it's rare that we get 300 out. So it's something that I haven't actually done yet, to get a 300 bar pellet count and then wait again till I get another 300 bar and do it.
What would you say you're getting roughly offset? 200 bar, 250 bar? Around the 100 mark?
I wouldn't say I wasn't far off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I'm getting more shots compared to a Steyr, because I've seen those guys filling up more than what I do.
Yeah.
Now that well could be that they're shooting faster than me or shooting more than what I am, and I'm resting in between. But again, it's something that I haven't done, but I will do because a few people have asked me to do it.
Yeah.
The only negatives that I can say about the gun that I don't like is that because this is aluminium, if you've got your hands on it or you're moving it around, put it in, it soon gets marked up, and there's a couple of marks there. As soon as you get your finger marks on it, it's getting greasy. And well, there you go. If I show you there now, it's you can see where I was shooting the gun. Like there you go.
Yeah.
Now that's the only downside of it, and it soon looks dirty.
Yeah.
But all I do there, it looks absolutely fantastic. Is I get just a normal duster.
Yeah.
Spray some WD-40 on the duster.
Yeah.
And wipe it over the gun, and it brings it up like new.
And is the balance okay with the aluminium at the front and the plastic at the back?
Yeah. Here you've got weights in the back of the gun here, which you can take out. You can move them about, adjust them. Again, I didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
You can buy heavier weights. But again, I've not even looked into that, if I'm being honest, El, because there's been no need for me to do it.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, because I didn't like, and I'm still not 100% keen, and I've seen a few guys that have started, as we calling it here, blinging the guns.
Yeah.
There's not many people that do parts for it, even though there's a couple starting to crop up now.
Yeah.
But if I did do it, it's what I do. If I put something with a piece of wood on here, laminate wood and the Amster, is it actually going to make effect, or would I then have to start looking at my weight, start looking at my
start changing your balances?
Yeah. But no, I'm happy with it. The only other thing I can say that is a potential downfall, and I've done it a few times, is to cock it here. You've got to press the centre trigger to release it, which then obviously releases it out.
Yeah.
You pull it back to cock. Obviously, there's nobody in apart from me and you. It's empty. We've already just seen that.
Yeah.
Is push it back in. Now, what you've got to be careful of is if you don't push it back in and it clicks fully, or you've got your hand in the middle.
Yeah.
As you can see there, it looks like it's cocked.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fire my trigger because it will blow back. But there, it's not cocked fully now because I've pressed that slightly in the middle. It's not pulled back.
Yeah.
So if I pull my trigger, then that blows back.
Yeah.
It's never hit me in the face if you think I'm too far back, but it does make you jump because you're not expecting it. So again, it's when you're pushing the bar in, that's the only thing I can see as a negative, is being if you get too close to that.
So you've just got to be careful not to get into a lazy habit, and be aware of it all the time. Yeah,
and again, obviously that was quite loud, but I haven't got the silencer on. Again, Redbeck made a silence adapter. That isn't permanently fixed. All I need to do is undo the thread here and pull it out, and it's got brass and some rubber rings in between that when you tighten it up draws it in together, tightens it into the shroud, and then obviously there's a Virac silencer there on the end, and then it's as silent as any Steyr with what's been adapted with the silencer.
Right, well, thank you for that, Dave.
No worries.
And as you've heard Steyr mention quite a lot, it is the benchmark for a lot of guns, especially field target. So there you are. In comparison, shoots as well, feels nearly as good. Obviously, you've heard some of the downsides to it. It's something to think about if you're buying one of these guns. So all I can say for this is our first blog review from Bolton Gun Society, from me and from Dave. Bye for now.
Thanks a lot, bye.